Alright friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Angel and today we'll be doing episode 4, I think, of TBR Roulette. I love doing this. If you guys don't know, I put all the books in my TBR on my physical, Kobo, anything, into the spinner wheel. I spin it and those are the books I read that week. Typically I do 3 books a video, so we'll see if we do that, but there's currently 99 titles on here. And also that could be wrong. Sometimes I forget to take ones off or forget to add ones, so it definitely could be inaccurate, but I have to run to work. We're gonna spin this, soon we'll be reading when I get back, and then probably start it tonight, if not tomorrow morning. But let's dive in. I have a love-hate with TBR Roulette because that's a book that I would not typically go for right now and pick up and want to read at this moment. It's not even on my radar, but I have to read it. And it's a book that I've probably had bought on my Kobo for probably well over a year that I haven't touched yet. So it's good because it forces me to read books that I've had for a while and I really have no say. So I guess reading that one, I am excited for. Like I said, it's kind of like an OG TikTok book that I know I had to read, but I'm excited. We'll start that probably tonight or tomorrow. Good morning, friends. We are about 30% of the way through the night Circus currently. This is my first time wearing my natural hair with it short. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's kind of cute. Pretty much this book, it's hard to even have thoughts on it right now because it is so confusing when you first dive in. Almost every single chapter is a different year, different point of view. It is very kind of jumpy the first little bit, I will say. The past couple chapters I've been able to pinpoint a little bit more what's actually going on, where we are and who we're talking about, but it took a while to get there. I thought because it was late at night and I was zoning out, but after looking up some reviews, that is a general consensus. The beginning's kind of confusing, so I feel better about that. Also, I find it funny that before I'd read Notes on Execution, I was just I've never read a book with second person point of view, and I don't think it's really popular in books, to be honest. And then I picked up Alchemy Secrets. It was in that. I didn't realize this book had some second person point of view chapters in it either, so that's kind of cool. But I'll touch base quickly because there's a chance, honestly, with my lunch break and then coming home from work, I will finish it pretty shortly when I come home from work, so I want to make sure I got some thoughts in beforehand. I'm enjoying it right now, but it's not really grabbing my attention, if that makes sense. It's probably a solid 3.5 star currently, but we'll see where we go from here. I have to run to work and I'll talk to you guys after. I'm so sorry for this lighting. This is the last little bit of daylight that we have today. It's already gone pretty much, but we're dealing with what we have. I don't do the ring light yet. I'll do that later tonight, but let's give a little update because a lot of things have progressed. So I've been home for a little bit. I did finish the night Circus. I think I am falling on a 3.25, 3.5. I found it very interesting. It was fun. There is star-crossed lovers, fantasy, a lot of fun elements to it. However, just the way it jumped around really was hard for my brain to comprehend. And that could always just be a me issue, but I just found I get the whole point of doing it that way, but I prefer a story that's just more linear, and this is what happens, how it takes place. I feel it was just a little bit too much bouncing back and forth for me personally, but that's just a me issue. You might really like it. And then with the clips of the wheel for pick 2, and what I said this morning, because I did spin the wheel before I left for work this morning to see what I was getting myself into, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I found a loophole and I took it, so I'm gonna put that footage in now. Friends, I feel I need to come on here mentally prepared because I just pulled. I'm gonna be putting this in afterwards, but it is from right after I filmed that other clip this morning. I decided to pull my next thing for TBR Roulette to see what it'd be when I came home, see what I'd be diving into and trying to read. And may I add, I'm glad that I chose this book because it is my November TBR and I was gonna have to read it anyways. And also I'm going on vacation next week and I'd rather read it now at home than lugging it with me on vacation. However, why did I pick Brandon Sanderson? That means we're reading Oathbringer in this video. How many pages is this? 1,200 pages. Okay. It's fine. Okay. I'm sorry. It's back to me. You guys probably okay, Angel, you're reading Oathbringer. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And that is because I found a little loophole. You literally should read, I should read Oathbringer because I free by the end of the month anyways. However, I do want books that are a bit shorter for this video and not gonna take me 5 days to get through. I was hoping to film this video in 3 or 4 days, to be honest. And I went to go start reading Oathbringer on my Kobo. I went to go open it up. I was reading the author's note at the beginning and it was mentioning how don't forget if you haven't read Edgedancer yet, that goes in between the book 2 and 3 of the Stormlight. And I was I haven't read that yet. A 230-page novella, so I think that counts. And I'm gonna be reading that as my Brandon Sanderson pick. So don't hate me. I know I'm chickening out, but I think that still counts. I'm gonna read that. And then honestly, we'll probably pick a third book tonight. I probably start it tonight, but we'll probably spin the wheel again tonight. So we know we're reading for the third book in this video. But not the greatest start with Night Circus, but I am excited about Edgedancer. I already have read like the first 3 chapters and I am enjoying it. It's about a character that you meet in Words of Radiance during like the interludes. So I'm excited to learn more about her. Okay, friends, we have a bit of an issue, and the issue is a good issue to have, don't get me wrong, but it's the fact that we are already done Edgedancer. So that's the second book done already. Typically I only read 3 books in these videos, so I'll see how long the next one takes me to read, because I feel like I haven't been giving really much updates in between as well, because they're shorter books and I'm kind of reading them, binging them in a single sitting, so I don't really stop much to update, so I apologize for that. Edgedancer was a lot of fun though. I think I'd rate it honestly like a 3.5 to 4 star, probably like around a 4. This novella was so much fun though. I think I rated a 4 star. Pretty much we focus on a character named Lift, who you kind of meet in the interludes of Words of Radiance. And she's a kid, she's kind of quirky. This is a very humorous, which I think is like a fun point to throw in between all of the daunting Stormlight Archive books that are 1,000+ pages. It's kind of stuff that was a little bit more silly, goofy. It also was, like, I see now why they say you have to read this before Oathbringer, or you should, because there's something that happens at the end of this book that I think sets up what's gonna happen in Oathbringer. It's kind of like something big happens with the character like near the end of the book that I think is gonna change or like also like determine how they act in the next book, if that makes sense. Lift was more so just character development that we needed, and I think they're setting her up to be a bigger part of the series, hopefully. Maybe she'll get like some more parts going forward, I'm not too sure. As each kind of also solidified our impending doom, all that fun stuff. So I think it was a good book to read. I am kind of still happy I dodged Oathbringer. Even though I should read it in the next like 2 weeks anyways, but I feel like just for this video I was not wanting to read it in this video. There's a chance that if I pick the book tonight I'm not actually going to start reading it yet, because not to toot my own horn, but I've already done quite a bit tonight. I did 2 lectures or an entire novella. I still have to write my Words for My Reading novel sprint today. I'm hoping to get at least 2,000 in. I'm hoping to have some higher days of like 2,000 to 2,500 the next 5 days before I leave for vacation, so that I have a bit more wiggle room and a bit of breathing room on that vacation, because I'm gone from the 22nd to the 29th. So obviously I come back the day before it ends, and I don't want to have to write 10,000 words that Sunday to make it work, you know? We're also making a really quick lazy dinner, and we're gonna finish watching Santa Claus. We started watching it the other night and then got too tired and paused it like halfway through. So I finished that. I'll probably pull the book now though to see what I'm getting into and see if I want to start tonight or hold it off till tomorrow. But well, that's on my plate. I guess it'll be tomorrow. It is like 8:30 at night, so we'll see. I got Legends of Thesmar, which means we're reading book 3, Fates and Furies. I'm having a lot of fun with this series. It's just a fun KU romantasy series. Is it very spicy? Yes. Is the spice sometimes ill-placed? Absolutely. However, it's a good time. And the found family is great. The side characters are honestly what make these books for me. They're so much fun. The only thing that I feel kind of bad about though is this book was technically chosen for my December TBR. That's a little spoiler, I guess. I did pull this for my December TBR already. However, I guess read it now, and then maybe I can even put book 4 on my TBR instead. Or I should say it's already done and knock off the December TBR in November. I don't know if I'll start this tonight. If I will, it'll be like maybe just a couple chapters. This one's not incredibly long. It's like 450, but enough for I should be able to finish it maybe not tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, and then we'll wrap this video up. I'm excited that we are getting more progress on series though, and I might actually put book 4 on my TBR for December, just so that that's a series I started this year but I also knocked off. So it's not like I really added more onto my plate, you know what I'm saying? It could be fun. But yes, good old TBR Roulette chose this guy. And I also do want to get into the sister series. I think it's like Ashes of Thesmar or something like that. It's with the main character in here's sister, and it sounds very interesting. So yeah, I'm enjoying this writing. I know this is being trad pubbed soon. I didn't get the indie covers though. I always love doing that. When there's a series that I am enjoying that is indie published, I know it's gonna be trad pubbed soon. I love getting the indie covers, so I have those. They're always like, just like so special to me and so sweet. But so actually I'm excited to pull this. Honestly, it could have been a lot worse. I will gladly take this. Alrighty guys, I just got home. I know it looks like it's 9 o'clock at night. It is like 5, but just got home from work. And I made it to about 3% of the way through Fate and Furies today, I think. I read this almost exclusively on KU, but like what else is new? If I have the means to read a book on my e-reader, I'm going to buy some of the physical one as well. Pretty much one thing I like with this is that we dove right into the action. We wasted no time getting right back into it. It was like in off the deep end. We're talking about how spicy this book is though. Like we literally had a spice scene that like wasn't even a spice scene in the first like 2 chapters. It was a dream and it was just like still there. And I was like, even when they're not together, it's still taking place. I'm gonna settle in and keep on reading this. And really fun development, I am now off work tomorrow, which is not like foreseen. I did not know I was gonna be off work tomorrow, and now I am. So I have the day to do whatever I want, and I kind of want to make a really productive day with my writing. I'd love to do a 5K word day. It was the only thing I had to do. If all I was doing tomorrow was writing and nothing else, I'd go for a 10K day, my first one ever, but I think a 5K is a good goal. I love to do a 5K day. I would love to finish this tonight, so I have a clean slate going into tomorrow, because I would like to read at least a book tomorrow. We'll see. And then also be very responsible with me to get ahead on some schoolwork, because I go on vacation starting on Saturday and I have 3 projects due this Sunday and then 3 due next Sunday. And I would love to get at least the 3 projects I do on Sunday already done before I go, obviously, and then already be working on the ones I do when I get back. So I'm not focused too much on schoolwork while I'm on vacation. I wanted to enjoy myself. So schoolwork, 5K words, and a whole book. Light work, we're fine. But the school for tonight, I think I can definitely manage this. This is like 300 pages probably. Yeah, just shy of 300 pages. It'll take me a couple hours to read, and I can finish this one up. Like I said, the wheel picked pretty good ones this time. This one especially is a good way to end off, I think, because like I say, I'm enjoying this series, even though I have a few minor issues with it. Friends, we did finish Fate and Furies last night, which means we are going to wrap up this video quick. Every single book in this series has been like a 4.25, 4.5 star for me. This one is no different. I will say, I think it's a 4.5. So this one, there was like a lot more complex like dynamics woven throughout. Not that they weren't present in the first 2 books, but how like this one, I feel like had a better balance of what I was looking for. A little bit less spice in book 2. Still was in there, but it's not quite as frequently and quite as illy placed as book 2 was. I can't go into much because it is the 3rd book in the series, but we look a lot in this book about betrayal, power, like redemption, and like vengeance. And there's also a really cool element of family in this book that comes in that we didn't really know from before. That was very interesting to go into. I liked the like reconnection we had near the ending, the whole will they or won't they come back from this situation. I do enjoy her writing. I'm very excited to dive into the other series. And also there was a book I think I should have read, like maybe not before, so I didn't like have to. There was like, I think it's like a prequel book about Wilder in this book and like his mentor, I believe. So I might go back and read that now. But either way, the more I think about the Night Circus, I think it might be like a 3.5, honestly, 3.25. So my problem with that book was just that it jumped around so much. It was beautiful, man. Like, I don't think I really talk about the prose in there and like how vivid the imagery was in the writing and all that, but just, I think for me, just, I was so focused on how it jumped around, I couldn't get past it, and that's what kind of ruined it a little bit for me. They're at Edgedancer, which is like such a fun little, it's kind of like, it's not quite the same, but to me, it kind of gives the same vibes as like A Court of Frost and Starlight gives in ACOTAR, was kind of just like the little Christmas special. It's not that, but definitely is more than that, but just kind of like a fun, humorous break from the sort of my archive books, because they are huge, and that was kind of nice one to just pick up. And then, I'm sure I'd rate that one, honestly, probably like a 4-ish. It's hard to rate novellas, even though that was almost a full-length novel. And then Fate and Furies is probably a 4.5. I like this series a lot more than I thought I would, and I'm really happy I picked it up. If you guys are still here, comment a green heart for Fate and Furies. As always, if you guys like today's video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'll shout out so much. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram at Angel's Book Corner, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.